So I'm going to get through this real quickly. Okay. So we previously touched on the Sneako, Andrew Tate, situation. First and foremost, if you guys are interested in the red pill like atmosphere, if you ask me, I think it's on its last leg. No one wants to be associated with red pill. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think the connotation with incel energy has gotten a lot of people to separate themselves. Like, for example, Andrew Tate, who's going through a situation where women are accusing him of sexual assault, pimping and other things. Bro, he don't want to be associated with like a bunch of like people who seem very desperate and will do anything for vagina, which, by the way, that's what the incel community is. Unfortunately, this red pill community also encapsulates these people that are incels. So I think that's one of the reasons he's separated, but also just intuitively, I think shit's just going down. Kevin Samuels is dead. Fresh and Fit demonetized. Sneako has realized that shit don't look the same. He's going elsewhere. A lot of things are changing. Anyway, Andrew Tate, who, by the way, I think he's more in the men improvement lane. He basically did a rant where he seemingly was attacking Sneako and Neon. And by the way, this is what everybody online put. He didn't say names, but people put his disses on these guys because a day before they were on a live stream with 100,000 people watching doing exactly what Tate was criticizing, right? This is what Tate said. Sorry.
Sell their stream. And none of them have any talent. Well, OnlyFans girls need attention to sell their OnlyFans. And losers need attention to sell their stream. And none of them have any talent. None of them are insightful. None of them have any wisdom or life experience. None of them have anything to teach you. Birds of a feather flock together. So my answer is, in this attention economy, unfortunately, on the race to the bottom, while everyone does more and more stupid things to get views, I don't think I am ever going to be surprised by how low they will sink. And if hanging around with an OnlyFans girl is going to get them some attention on the internet, they're going to do it. Same as they're going to do anything else to get some attention on the internet. Like degrade themselves endlessly, scream at a camera, be clowns, be morons, sip lean, whatever crap they do to get views. That's what they're going to do. Well, OnlyFans girls need attention to sell their OnlyFans. And losers need attention to sell their stream. And none of them have any talent.
All right. Now, Sneako responded here. No, actually, that's them responding. Here's Sneako here.
Andrew Tate went off on Sneako and Neon for promoting OnlyFans girls.
Attention to sell their OnlyFans. And losers need attention to sell their stream. And none of them have any talent. None of them are insightful. None of them have any wisdom or life experience. None of them have anything to teach you. Birds of a feather flock together. So my answer is, in this attention economy, unfortunately, on the race to the bottom, while everyone does more and more stupid things to get views, I don't think I am ever going to be surprised by how low they will sink. And if hanging around with an OnlyFans girl is going to get them some attention on the internet, they're going to do it. Same as they're going to do anything else to get some attention on the internet, like degrade themselves endlessly, scream at a camera, be clowns, be morons, sip lean, whatever crap they do to get views. That's what they're going to do.
Okay. One more time. I want to hear this.
Okay. Let's get to his reaction.
And there's a lot that I could say, and I don't think it makes a lot of sense to attack back or to insult back. Obviously, I agree with a lot of the message. Apparently, have some disagreements with the messenger, but I resonate with a lot of what he says. Do I think it makes sense to go insulting, name calling, and belittling the work that I do? No. Does that make me want to go and criticize or maybe call out hypocrisy? Yes, but I think it's more important right now. I think there's something more important right now, especially when, like, we're both getting attacked. Me and Andrew are both getting blamed for manipulating the youth. That's what they're saying, to turn them into misogynists and homophobes and all this garbage. They're blaming murders. Like, they're saying that what happened in England today is our fault. So I think that there's much more important things. We got to keep pushing this specific message and what we believe in. I think people on this side we agree on so much that it doesn't make sense to go and pick fights with one another and have beef with one another. Which actually, like, hearing that, I was surprised. It's like right now, out of all times, you're seeing that both of us are being blamed for murder. Like, that's the rhetoric that's happening. So, I don't want to keep dividing because there's a lot of ego at play that I notice in the red pill space, and that's why I wanted to gravitate away towards that and do more IRL streams, go outside more, and diversify the type of content instead of just like, screaming and yelling at the camera, interacting with more people, going to more different places, training in more different gyms, training with different fighters and more experienced people, learning from more people, meeting up with different Islamic scholars and doing more street dawah, trying to do more and trying to put myself out there more in the real world instead of just being a person screaming at the camera, because it gets repetitive, and like that when your ego gets at play and people think, oh, this is my talking point, this is my space, you don't belong in this space, which I've heard a lot of since joining this. It's like, I guess I don't belong here because I think that we should be on the same team. The other side can't even decide what age a child should be able to cut off their genitals, and I don't support any of that. And if we can disagree that much, it's genuinely a culture war going on. It's a spiritual warfare, and most of the people in the red pill, the right-wing space are all on a similar side, and I think we should work together. So I'm going to leave it all alone.
Very astute and very bright response by Sneako. I'm going to be honest with you. I think what Tate said was meant for Sneako to go bad, for Sneako to unleash, for Sneako to crash out. y'all love to crash out. But he didn't. He actually dealt with this very well. And I think because he dealt with this very well, that Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate responded, because everybody's saying, yo, damn, why are you hating on Sneako? Rather than saying, oh, yo, yeah, let's kill Sneako, because Sneako answered, his response was pretty fucking good. Andrew Tate came back and said this.
Sneako sent us $100 to take pledge. Thank you very much, Sneako. Sneako recently was upset. He said that streaming with OnlyFans girls is bullshit.
No, 1 second. I actually just defended Sneako on Twitter. So, some page, I don't even know if I'm sure, some stupid page called Drama Alert. You were talking about being a playing cock to Lauren Fox. You didn't mention Sneako in the entire podcast.
Why do they tag us? Everything we say, they aim at him.
No, you didn't mention Sneako once. I have never heard you say a bad word about Sneako personally. We've known him 2 years. So, Drama Alert posted some video of you saying, blah, 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 don't be a compliant little cock, be a real man. And they literally wrote on Twitter, hey, call Sneako a cock. And I wrote underneath, I've never seen Andrew say a bad word about Sneako ever. This isn't about Sneako. We're trying to talk about serious issues, and you're fucking trying to stir up drama. The whole world isn't some amateur fucking YouTube boxing match where you barely make any money. We have serious things to talk about in this serious world. And I'm sick of you saying that it's about, because you know what? If I have something to say about someone, I'll say their fucking name. On my last cigar night, I said a bunch of names. Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro. I was respectfully disagreeing with a bunch of people who said things to me. I say names. And no, I have no personal problem with Sneako. I don't think Andrew does either.
The problem is this.
Sneako's a young man, and I feel like I've got an older brother role to play with him. And
problem is this.
Improving massively.
Problem is this. I say a lot of things. I don't say names unless I mean it at that person. I'm no pussy. Bruv, pineapple, lemon, what? You feel me? If I want to say your name, I'll say your name. You think I give a fuck about anyone coming up to me saying I badmouth them? Try it. Top G for a reason. From the streets. Don't give a solitary shit. Don't care. If you have a problem, then come make it a problem, and I'll deal with all of you. So if I say a name, I mean it. If I don't say your name, I don't mean it at you. If I say something derogatory and I don't say your name, and then you find offense to it, what is that doing? That's applying negative stereotypes or negative viewpoints to yourself. Why would you do that? If someone came online and said, men who have muscles and talk shit are bad, but didn't say my name, I wouldn't come along and say, or stupid. I wouldn't come along and say, you called me stupid, because that makes me stupid. Yeah. So we have no problem with anyone unless we say their name. I will say your name if I have a problem with you. Otherwise, stop trying to find offense where it doesn't exist because you want to get the clicks of saying you have beef with Tate. You don't have beef with me. If you have beef with me.
Okay. This was kind of interesting. And, you know, I know both men, but I always try to call a spade a spade. This is the exact reason why I tell the audience, like, with all due respect, I love Tate and I do love Sneako, but these guys are entertainers and you should treat them as such. Don't treat them as anything beyond or even close to deities and spiritual leaders, or even, like, I mean, they're role models to a certain extent, but relax. the point is here, okay? And by the way, Tate is, I believe that the reason why he got to the position he got to is he's a master with words and he's highly entertaining, okay? He's not like some fucking like, saint. The point is this. If I'm Sneako and I'm 10 to 14 years younger than you, and I knew you were, when you were 14 years younger than you are now, you were running around pimping up a bunch of webcam models, trying to make shit happen. Not thinking about religion, not thinking about trying to improve men's life. You admittedly was saying you were scamming dudes. And you said, like, this is, quote, I know this because I watched Tate a lot. He said any fucking loser who would be on there trying to link up with a girl, whatever, they deserve to be scammed. That's his words. I got to be honest with you. When you then issue that criticism, it seems, number one, hypocritical, but number two, let's not act like you weren't talking about. All right, fuck it. Let me not try to aim your words at anyone. Here's my thing. Everybody that's in the sphere is claiming they stand for something. All right, bet. Tate, you said you don't like niggas who promote OnlyFans girls. Sneako's doing it. Why do you fuck with him? Like, you can't make exceptions. You said you literally made a blanket statement. I don't fuck with people that do this shit to get views. Brother, Sneako is doing that shit for views. Do you fuck with Sneako? If you say yes, you seem like the hypocrite. Because you know what? Some people thought you were choosing a side when you said, "Nah, I don't fuck with him." Or even you making that blanket statement, people felt like you were saying, "Well, at least he keeping it 100." He been saying he ain't fuck. Even though, by the way, it's a little hypocritical because you used to do back in the day. But people were like, "Yo, at least he's still saying he don't fuck with those people." And if Sneako falls in those people, it is what it is. You can't say, "Oh, we love Sneako and we fuck with him," but then you're condemning the same behavior he does. It's kind of like what. It's interesting when I see him and Aiden. By the way, I think him and Aiden, I think they're great content creators together, but it's always like hypocritical, right? Aiden is the epitome of what Andrew Tate preaches against, or Aiden's audience, right? Yet they keep coming together, and it's on some false pretense that there's learning or progress happening, but let's be clear what's happening. Andrew Tate realizes that Aiden's audience are malleable young kids that could be his customers. That's the sink, okay? So instead of saying, fuck Aiden, just act like you're trying to help Aiden and you get his audience. It's the same with Sneako. You get what I mean? Because again, everything that Tate is talking about, his friends do. I'm sorry. You say you don't like niggas who will be just like promoting OnlyFans girls, brother, the whole red pill space is doing that. With all due respect, we got to have a really qualitative conversation. I love my boys at Fresh and Fit. By the way, happy birthday to my man Fresh. You know, he just passed like 2 days ago. Hey, their most popular shows after our show. What are they doing? They have a bunch of OnlyFans girls, for the most part, on there. That's their most popular show. Sneako done a bunch of shit, moving around. What is he doing now? Bunch of OnlyFans girls in Vegas, debauchery, all that shit, all that Muslim stuff and all that. Like, yeah, that shit is back there now. So again, if this is what you feel, you should be taking your friends to task before you even make that general statement. It's like me saying fuck all these niggas who be selling weed and smoking weed, and my man's a weed man. And I'm like, nah, I ain't really talking about him. No, who you talking about then? Your man's a weed man. You say fuck all these niggas selling weed, or I'm like, yo, fuck all these niggas selling coke, and your man is like motherfucking Pablo Escobar. Brother, you ain't gonna talk to him? So it is one of those situations where, like, let's keep it real. I think the Tate brothers are very astute. They said what they said. I don't necessarily think they were only aiming it at Sneako, but they were probably well aware. They could act like they're in a vacuum, and I know they're in Romania, and nothing else penetrates their bubble, but it does. Now, are they trying to beef with Sneako? No. Is the internet going to make it that? Yes. However, were their comments clearly representative of what Sneako's doing? Fuck yes. Okay? And I do think they backpedaled a little bit because they could have, okay, y'all saying y'all fuck with Sneako, but you know what Sneako's doing now. Sneako's running around with OnlyFans models. He's getting top views, and they're getting fucking whatever they're getting out of that situation. So if y'all are against it, and that's your man's, don't act like you don't know what your man's is doing. Talk about what your man's is doing. Do you agree with it? What do you think about him? If you're saying everybody else doing this is losers, is your man doing it a loser? That's the backpedaling, I'm going to be honest. And, again, this is why I tell everybody, these are content creators. You're not going to see Andrew Tate say fuck Sneako and fuck Aiden. Because you know why? Them two niggas got, like, they're brainwashing a bunch of kids with the little porn shit. Right? Like, bro, like, yo, Sneako's my man. Sneako lives in motherfucking Florida. Sneako's in LA these days, running around wherever Aiden and Neon is. I don't even know who this Neon nigga is. But it gets the views. The kids is watching. He's with OnlyFans girls. It is what it is. Here's my thing. You just can't, like, I understand that people are content creators. Sneako is trying to be the most clout up, the most cloutest, I guess the most money. It's nothing about what these holistic values that these guys try to push. Y'all not trying to save the world. Y'all trying to pad your pockets. Okay? I've been saying it about everybody, and until I see a nigga say, fuck the money, and I'm going on some holistic shit, y'all are content creators like me. Y'all are content creators like Mr. Beast. Y'all are just everybody else. I don't think Mr. Beast is on some, I'm just doing it for the people. No, we're content creators. Stop looking at content creators, whether it's Tate, whether it's any of these niggas. They might help you. They might make you laugh. They might cheer you up, but they're content creators. Cut the check off. They're not doing it. Cut the clout off. They stop. I'll move on. All right.